I didn't show up there to look like a hustler. Like, I was there to play a poker game, maybe win some money. And it was when they talked to me the way they talked to me that I thought, not only am I going to take their money, I'm going to make it hurt. I had to tell you a story about when I hustled a all male poker game in the underground of some restaurant one time. So I had a brother-in-law that taught me how to play poker, and I quickly got into it, became competitive in it, and like really like won some tournaments and shit, and like really like enjoyed it. But one of the most important parts of it was when you would sit down at a table where people didn't think you belonged there. And it was totally just a psychological advantage, right? Because you don't want to reveal your cards, you don't want to reveal your tells. If somebody thinks you're an idiot, it's just honestly to your advantage to keep that until you don't need it anymore. So what happened is I was really like winning some poker games and feeling really good about it. And so my brother-in-law like found this game of a bunch of GMers, which are people who worked at General Motors, the assembly line to make cars. A bunch of them after a shift would go on like Sunday nights or something and like this poker game, and it was like $50 buy-in. There was 2 games, so I invested a total of I think it was $100, which was a lot for me to put into like random poker night, but it was still like not a big potato game, right? But I'm in there. These guys are like, "Who's this girl?" Like, you know, I'm just like, "Oh, I'm here for the poker game." Like I was with a guy though, so it was clearly I was his guest. So, anyways, I remember we sit down and I can play up the girl, right? And they're shuffling and stuff, and I remember asking if red was better than black. I couldn't remember, and it is such an irrelevant question in poker that if you ask it, it reveals you're an idiot, really, right? So either way, I was feeding the understanding of who they were sitting with. Anyways, I had a bit of an internal chuckle about it. We play some poker, and you know, I don't remember the hands or anything, but I remember the first pot I won pretty quickly, and I remember being a bit braggy a little bit about like, oh my goodness, like, you know, look at the girl, like the girl won this poker game, really? Like, and then by the second game, when we got to like head table, which was basically all these other tables, like people kind of got knocked out and it was down to the final 6, and I was at final table, I was pretty evenly matched, and I just remember I didn't need the idiot glasses anymore, and I just took them off. And so then I remember grabbing the cards and suddenly shuffling them very differently, and like I could demonstrate if I had cards, but it showed that I knew what I was doing. And then I would start to use slang that they knew, you know, the cowboys, like things like that, things that I just knew. Anyways, I just got lucky with the final table, and I did end up taking that game too. But I remember at the end of it sitting there and them being a little pissed off, frankly. I think they felt a little taken, and I was not invited back. But I won all the money that everybody played that game, so in both games. So that's the story, and I only ever did it once, but there's something enjoyable in a way for somebody like me when I'm underestimated, especially in a place where I thrive, because I just know it's gonna be fun. Anyways, I won myself some table, won some tournaments, lost some tournaments, fucked some poker directors. It was a fun time in my life.
And that makes you kind of a hustler.
It was a hustler for one night. I mean, technically a couple nights, but it really was a strategic advantage for me to crash that game. I knew going in I was there to hustle them. Yeah. It was fun though,
but
especially when they
you
were
pulled
like,
the wool over their eyes, and they're like, son of a bitch.
But in a way, I actually just showed up to a poker game, and I think that's what triggered me to do this more so, was because I was shown that they thought I was confused, that I didn't belong there. And that's what was like, okay, well, let's just take this home, you know? But I didn't show up there to look like a hustler. Like, I was there to play a poker game, maybe win some money. And it was when they talked to me the way they talked to me that I thought, not only am I going to take their money, I'm going to make it hurt. So,
That's what we love about you.
you know.